If you're new to my channel, at the moment I'm turning this full transit into an urban stealth off-grid, go anywhere, sleep anywhere camper van, and today a fridge has turned up. I'm going to be unboxing this and taking a look inside, see what's in the box. But first, I've got some questions to answer from yesterday's video. Some people asked some very good questions. One of those was from Chris Holding. He said to me, do the lights get hot? Do you need fire protection? Because the lights are up against the polythene, don't forget. On the inside, the vapour barrier is polythene, and the lights are pretty much touching that. So, oh, hello. Sorry about that. Nobody wants to see your bum. So yeah, so to answer Chris's question, I've had these lights on for a good hour now. And to be honest with you, Chris, they don't get hot at all. They get a little bit warm. And if I take one out of the holder, the back of it, as you can see, look, they're warm to the touch, but they don't really get hot. And I've never had an issue with them. I've never had a smell of burning or anything like that, nothing dramatic. So yeah, I think they're pretty safe. They're only 12 volt. Can't get it back in there. Can I get it back in and hold the camera at the same time? Yep. Actually, while I've got this out, there's a little tip I need to share with you. Now, the back of these lights, actually bear with me, I'll just turn these off because yeah, there's something I need to show you. Right, so these lights are actually just a push fit. They just literally push into the hole. And these two clips here, there's only two, one on each side there, look. They're pushing outwards. So if you imagine they're putting pressure in that hole, pushing outwards. Now if you slot these into the cladding, this cladding is only 8mm thick, and it's made of really, well, not very strong wood, and it does split quite easily. So when you put these in, make sure you go with the grain. So a clip, let's put this camera that way, so you have a clip here and a clip there, as opposed to a clip to the sides. So if you push this light in sideways like that, the pressure of those little metal clips, these clips, will actually push that way. So it's pushing like that, and it causes the wood to split down the grain. So you want the clips facing this way, so they're pushing with the grain. Does that make sense? I think so. So yeah, just bear that in mind. When you insert these lights, try not to put them, yeah, I'll show you how not to put them. Don't put them like that, put them like this. So that the pressure is pushing this way rather than that way. And that way it won't force the grain apart, so that the wood doesn't split. Yeah, there's tip of the day. I hope that made sense. So the other question I get asked, well, I got asked yesterday, a couple of people asked me, is how did I fix the cladding to the battens at the top? I do apologise, I didn't cover that in yesterday's video. So quite simply, I use screws. And I've got a little demonstration here for you. These tiny little screws, they're 4mm by 16, available from Screwfix. They come in boxes of 200. Just check I've got the right size. Yeah, 4 by 16. There you go. Now the last van I built, I used 1,000 of these. So one of the power tools I have got is my power driver. Very useful indeed. I've actually got two. A little one for making the countersink. So I basically make a countersink hole like that, and then put the screw in. Oh man, like that. And that's how I hold the battens up. Now these screws are the perfect length. Look at that. That much goes into the batten, and they're absolutely perfect. Now you can buy, and don't be fooled into buying these, you can buy these screws with like little self-cutting slots in them. They've got like slots down the thread, and apparently they're self-cutting. They drill into the wood. But I find they really churn the wood up, and they also cause it to split, because this wood does split really easy. There you go, look at that. Alright, yeah, so don't bother using them, just buy these ones. They're half the price, and they work perfect, but you do need to drill a countersink hole and a pre-drill, because that wood does split. Just like the light fittings, if you put the light fittings against the grain, it will split the cladding. It does split really easy. So just bear that in mind. You do need to drill a pilot hole and countersink them as well. Oh yeah, and holistic healing, it is 8mm thick. Well done, you guessed it right. So right, that covers that. That's how I hold the cladding up, and that's throughout the whole van. I'll just simply screw it, and try and get the screws in a nice straight line as well. That way it doesn't look too unsightly. Yeah, so right, so let's crack on and open the box and see what's in the fridge. I wonder if there's a beer in there waiting for me. Very unlikely. I'm going to need to move the camera now though, because it's standing on the box of the fridge. I really do need to get a tripod. Yeah, I do need to get a tripod. That way I can film myself doing this stuff, so I don't have to explain afterwards. Right, so I'm going to move my tripod now. Sorry, my camera. I need a tripod. Onto my Black & Decker workbench and open the fridge. So here we go. Let's see what's in the box. Are you excited? I am. What I'll do, I'll see if it works as well. I'll make sure it's all working. It's always a good idea to check these things. Make sure they work before you actually fit them in. Now this is a Dometic fridge. It says so there. And it's a compressor fridge as well. It works pretty much the same as a domestic fridge. It's got a little compressor in it. Really, really efficient. Oh, I don't need those. Oh, look at that. There we go. And oh, she's a beauty. Very well packed. Right. So I'm going to try and connect this up to a battery just to make sure it works. Put that upside down. Put that on now. We don't want to scratch our nice wooden flooring. Like I was saying, it's a compressor fridge, so it works exactly the same as a normal domestic fridge. Also, it's a freezer. Look at that, it's got a lock and everything on it. I just locked it. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's not going to come undone by mistake, is it? Nice little tray in there as well. Little ice compartment. Oh, it looks great. So let's get it plugged in and make sure it works. Well, I'm pleased to say it's working. And it's so quiet. It's like super quiet. Really, really quiet. Why am I whispering? Can you hear it? You can hear the plane. Let me take you around the back and show you just how quiet this thing is. I mean, it's got quite a big fan on it and a little compressor, but the compressor, you can't hear it at all. It's literally a whisper. And that noisiest bit you can hear is actually the fan that cools the little fins and stuff at the back. I'll take you around the back and I'll show you. Now, it is always a good idea to check your appliances, especially if you ordered them offline. Check them, make sure they work before you install them, because I mean sometimes it can take people months to build their vans, and you could buy something like this fridge off the bat and then you end up putting it away somewhere for a couple of months before you actually install it. And you imagine having that stored away for a couple of months and then installing it in your van only to find it doesn't work. And the manufacturers will probably go, well, you've had it a couple of months, you know, your warranty's run out or something like that. So it's always a good idea to make sure your appliances actually work before you put them away somewhere or put them to one side whilst you carry on building your van. And to do this, I've simply done a little quick wiring look. I'll show you what I've done. I've simply connected a wire up using one of these little blocks, electrical blocks. And to wire this fridge, really simple. The black wire is the neutral, the red wire is the positive. And I know that because it says it so on the back. And I've simply wired it up to a leisure battery. Hang on, let me bring you around the other way, can't really see it that way. So there's the leisure battery, still in the box. And these leisure batteries, they come with these plastic caps. And what I do, I pop the cap off, slide the wire underneath and put the cap back on. And that's good enough to hold the wire in place. Listen to that. That's so quiet. I'm really impressed. So I'll leave it running for about, oh no, not too long because I don't want to flatten the battery. I'll leave it going for about 10 minutes and then see if it gets cold inside, just to make sure it is actually working. I've got to say, I am impressed. That is super quiet. You can hardly hear it. Now it has got a fan running as well. There's a little fan there, or quite a big fan. So I'm kind of guessing it's going to need ventilation at the back somewhere. So I need to figure that out as I build the cabinets around it, that it's going to need ventilation. Right, let's give it 10 minutes and I'll let you know if it's getting cold. Right, well I've finished my tea. Let's take a look in the fridge to see if it's got cold or not. That was easy to open that time. Now I know how to open it. Let's move my cup out of the way. Oh, look at that, it's got a little blue light in it. How cool is that? Oh, that's fantastic, I really like that. But does it work? This is the question. I can tell straight away that is definitely going to freeze. That is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's even got frost forming on the side there. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And that's only been on for about 8 minutes, if that. Yeah, about 8-10 minutes I've had that on. What a nice bit of kit. Now this is a CRX50. Now Dometic do make a CR50, but this one, because it's got the X, it's got the X factor. It has got a little neat trick up its sleeve, and I'll show you what that is. I'll have to open it up again. It's got a bottom clip as well. Because I've got it stood on this box, it's pushing up the clip. Anyway, that aside, watch this. Watch what this little fridge freezer does. Now this is the fridge compartment. This is the freezer compartment. Standard outlay. You know, all fridge freezers are pretty much the same. But this one, watch what you can do. You can open the door, slide that out. This is simply a tray with a door on it. But now, because you've taken that out, the whole thing becomes a freezer. How brilliant is that? Look at that. The whole thing's a freezer. I can't get over that. That's fantastic. What a clever idea. Whoever thought of that was a genius. Now, just slide this back in. That causes that creates that little compartment. It's now fridge freezer again. Fantastic. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. There you go. That's enough of me rambling on. I'm going to end this video now. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, do please consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss me turning this van into a camper van. Do remember to leave a comment below, or should I say feel free to leave a comment below. Talk among yourselves, and if you've got any questions, I'll do my best to answer all your questions. Like I say, thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now.